Bulavinaka everyone, and we welcome you all to another series of Vosalewa Podcasts with the theme Feminism. And here with me in studio are young girls who are part of the Fiji Women's Rights Movement Girls Program. And I would like the young girls to introduce themselves individually, their name, their age, and what has the girls programs has impacted them individually.
Bulavinaka, my name is Elina Serlumi, and I'm 17 years of age, and I've been in this program since 2017. That's when I was in year 5. So this program has helped me with a lot, from learning new concepts about how women are treated in society to ways we can resolve those issues. And yes, it has been a wholesome journey and very interesting one too. Thank you.
Bulavinaka, my name is Crystal O'Neill. I am 18 years old. I joined the program in class 5. I've been in the program for 7 years now. While in the program, we've done a lot of advocacy work around topics such as patriarchy and women empowerment, bullying, violence against women and girls, and many other issues concerning women and girls in society. We've also done theatre production, and I can say that over the years with the program, it's helped me in my public speaking, and I've gained a lot of confidence being part of this program. Vinaka.
Hello everyone, my name is Betiva Mario. I've been part of this program since class 5, and in this program we've learned about theatre production, poetry, letter to the editor, and etc. Mostly on the issues that women and girls face, and this program has helped me to build my confidence. Thank you.
Bulavinaka everyone, my name is Siteri Singavo and I'm 18 years of age. The FWRM program has really given me more insight and a deeper understanding on the issues faced by women and girls in my community.
Thank you, girls. So we'll be moving on to our theme for today, which is feminism, and it's going to be a part of our discussion for right at the moment now. What do you understand by the word feminism? You know, when we talk about feminism, we talk about so many things as women and young girls. So what exactly do you understand by feminism, Steri?
So my understanding of feminism would be advocating and speaking out for the women and girls in my community that don't really have the courage to do so.
My understanding of feminism, it means to advocate for equal opportunities for both women and girls. Thank you.
Crystal?
My understanding of feminism is supporting women and girls' rights and opinions, and promoting gender equality, making sure that both women and girls male and female are given the same opportunities, equal opportunities, regardless of gender.
Ellen?
So I believe feminism is not about making women stronger or more powerful. It's about making it equal, and like breaking barriers like gender role. It covers a lot. So yeah, feminism means a lot of things. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Moving on to the next question. Why is feminism important in school and at home?
So with feminism at school, it breaks the barrier and the stereotype of having girls and young women work or study in male-dominated fields. It pushes women or girls to achieve whatever they put their minds on, and it breaks that stereotype that only men should work in this work field or women should only work here. It breaks all of that, and it gives the equal opportunity or access to these workforces or choices of career paths. So at home, this feminism is very important. It plays an important role where both young girls and boys, or women and men in a household get to express themselves freely, or gender roles is broken or not practiced. Anyone can wash the dishes, anyone can clean the gardens or weed the gardens, like do the outside work. So with that, all the household chores are distributed equally, and that no one is doing more than the other, and everyone is helpful around the house. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Steri, would you like to add on to why feminism is important in school and as well in our homes?
Thank you. I believe that feminism is pivotal in school and at home, because when I started high school, I came from an all-girls school, and then I had transferred to a co-ed school. And so the difference I'd say is when I was in the all-girls school, it's just that you're so limited and constrained to certain subject combinations, and you don't really have a choice in really going out there and pursuing different subjects, especially male-dominated subjects. They weren't really present in that school. And so when I had gone to the co-ed school, there was more options and I could choose. And so, like for now, in my old school, there was no agriculture, but now I take great interest in agriculture, and so that's what I do right now. And as for home, I believe that as long as domestic violence exists, so should feminism exist, especially in the households. Statistics from January to September this year showed that there was a total reported cases of 300 plus, and these were the only cases that were reported. So it's unimaginable the amount of households out there that are going through domestic violence that aren't being reported. And so that's why I think that feminism should be present at home to discourage these type of things. Thank you.
Thank you, Steri. Crystal, would you like to add on to the conversation?
So feminism, apart from feminism empowering women and girls to achieve their goals and dreams regardless of societal stereotyping, I feel that feminism is very important to be practiced at home and at school, because it promotes gender equality. And gender equality, this creates a safer and healthier environment for young children to live in. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Bettiva, would you like to add on to the conversation whereby why is it important feminism to be included in schools and home?
So I believe feminism is important in school because it helps girls to build their confidence in whether it could be in leadership roles, for them to speak up due to the societal pressure that may stop them. So that's why I believe feminism is important.
Thank you so much, girls. It's really interesting listening to your conversation why feminism is very important in school, and coming up from the different opinions and the different ideas and perspectives that you have talked about. Moving on with our conversation, Steri. When we talk about feminism, we talked about fairy tales as well. Fairy tales helps in child development. It can be used as reading materials and teaching values as well. But fairy tales can be misleading when it comes to women and girls. Can you just share a little bit about what kind of fairy tales that you have in mind to talk about?
So let's talk about one of the most prominent entertainment sectors, one that produces cartoons and fairy tales. Statistics show that 80% of these princesses, their storyline are all revolving around romance and love. And so this indulges young children that females are confined to love and to romance. And to compare that to a storyline, I'd use probably the story about Pocahontas. She was a Native American, and she was a daughter of a chief, and she was still a teenager when her father had to marry her off into another family, into another strong family, in fact. And so there was a colonizer by the name John Smith, and he had come into the community, and she had fallen in love with him. So despite falling in love with him and these strong feelings they shared and memories they shared, they had to depart ways for the betterment of her community and his community, since they were basically from different worlds. and to use that in our society, especially in broken families, whereby families are going through divorce, parents are going through divorce, and since there's so much emotional pressure and weight on the parents, they tend to forget and to neglect their children, and they forget that there are impacts on the children, and so this is something that really should be taken into consideration.
Elena, would you like to add on to the conversation of the fairy tale story?
So you have Pocahontas, who sacrificed her love for John Smith and made the decision to actually not marry him for the benefit of her clan. So if they had to have that wedding, it would destroy the two different worlds where you had the colonizers and her clan. So with that sacrifice of love for John Smith, like her being obliged to think, what will happen if I marry him? We can see that in like our own society. So for a woman who is in a violent home, she'll be like, if I leave my children, who will look after the children? So like if I leave this home where I've been threatened and physically harmed, what will happen to my children? What will happen? So like feeling obliged to that thought, to that responsibility, it makes women like stay and like continue with whatever's been going on in the household. So like with feminism, it can help push women to sometimes think about themselves. They can actually find ways, like for this scenario, you can find ways to like come out of that very harmful situation where you can get help or move to other family members. It's not the end of the world when you leave. So like there's other ways of getting help. And staying in a home where there's domestic violence and things being done that you are not happy and you are not safe, there's always places and time to move and to do something about it. So like with that, feminism is really important. So in that cartoon, it portrays that she had to make a decision, which was good, to benefit all, but then sometimes you need to put yourself first. Like in a scenario where a woman is being harmed at home and is not safe, sometimes you need to put yourself first. You cannot carry on being harmed and being violently treated by your husband. So like, sometimes you just need to rethink like the whole situation and your well-being too. And like another scenario that we can see, or another theme that is being portrayed in the cartoon, is about the cultural understanding. So how feminism pushes us to like speak out our opinions and to voice of whatever we feel that needs to be said. We have some tend to feel like, I might be disrespecting or overpowering men. So like with feminism, it teaches us that you do have a right to say something. You do have a right to be part of decision making. It's important to raise your opinions because we are a part of whatever's been decided, or what's the whole decision being made about. Because you have children to look at, you have you as a mother, you as a sister. So like it is important to raise your opinions. Not that you're trying to overpower men or like to stand your foot and like, I'm here and I'm here to like rule everyone. It's about talking things out, sharing your opinions and like, making a change for the benefit of you and those that cannot say something. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. It's really interesting listening to you two's fairy tale story and how you're relating the fairy tale story into, to the context of your individual society and culture and traditions. Moving on with our conversation, Bativa, listening to the fairy tale story, what are some of the barriers that young girls face when it comes to feminism?
So a barrier that girls and young women face is patriarchy. So basically patriarchy is a social system whereby male, they hold dominance in power, whether it could be in authority, leadership or decision making, to which women are left out. So feminism exists as it abolishes such power, and it also gives equal opportunities to both. So that's why I believe feminism is important.
Do you need to add on to the barriers?
Another barrier, apart from living in a patriarchal society, could be gender outdated roles. How an example of this is in a typical Itaukei family, in the village decision making, the Vosalewa Koro, you can see that only male or only the men is present in the decision making, which is crazy, considering that the decision making includes women. The decision that's being made doesn't only account for men, but for the whole village. Therefore, I believe that the whole village should be present, including the women.
Thank you. But if would you like to add on to that conversation on decision-making processes?
For the Rutuman background, so I come from a Rutuman family whereby both of my parents, they have a say in the decision making for my siblings and I. So I believe feminism is important because it encourages young girls and women to speak up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bativa. And so you want to add on again as well?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I think another important barrier could be the lack of information, not only in the urban areas, but especially for girls living in the rural areas. Yeah? Lack of information can be like this diminishes their opportunities. Yeah? So the less information that they have means the less opportunities that they are open to.
Elena, would you like to add on to this conversation on the barriers? Because Crystal and Bativa have been discussing about the barriers and at the same time discussing about the solutions as well. How to overcome obstacles being faced when it comes to feminism. Would you like to add on to what will be your recommendation as a young girl towards feminism?
So a recommendation I'd like to leave out there is for women to be empowered economically. So like, for instance, what I was sharing about how Pocahontas, how I linked it to a household where a woman is facing domestic violence. Being economically empowered helps a woman to stand up and live on her own despite the thought of what's going to happen to my children. Being economically empowered, you'll be able to live and provide for your own family without the dependence on another man. So like with this, it pushes for women to become more independent, and feminism is portrayed well there. And that's one of the recommendations I'd like to leave out there, is for women to become more independent and to depend less on their partner. So with this, if anything happens, you're ready. You're ready for any obstacle that may come your way, or if something very surprising or like a big change in the house, you are ready to be on your own and do things for yourself and your children. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. Stevie, would you like to add on?
Just to add on to what Elena had mentioned, I'd say to disencourage harmful traditional practices. In the traditional society that we live in, we're not really in the rural areas, we're part of the urban areas, but in the urban areas, it is you can observe that there is domestic violence, there is occurring in the different households, and unfortunately, this is very much normalized. People, if you were to hear a woman next door getting beaten up, I'm pretty sure no one would come out of their house to go and check on that woman. And I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen videos on social media about people just watching and staring as a woman gets beaten up on the street. And so just breaking this stereotyping and, not normalizing these type of things. And also this child labor. I see kids on the streets, selling things and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my recommendation.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the conversation. Just to wrap up our conversation today, what is your message to the viewers out there?
My message is to especially the girls in rural areas. I'd like to encourage them to, if you're going through something, to be confident and not to be scared. to voice your opinions if you're going through something at home, because your opinions and your rights, if you don't know, is it matters. Inaka.
Add on to what Crystal said, if you do have a weakness or see any gender inequality, do voice out your opinions, because it matters in order to see changes and for us to strive.
Steri?
I'd say just to, Crystal and Betiva basically summed it up, but the viewers probably think that they can't make a difference, whether you're male or female, whether you're old or young. You have the chance to break this stigma. Everyone knows someone, and you can break this stigma through small things. Feminism isn't only about the big things; it's about the small things, decision making. Conversing, the type of things you talk about, the things you stand up for. So yes, to the viewers out there, I recommend that you actually voice out your opinion, whether it's small or whether it's big. It does make a change. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. Elena?
So my message is to make men our allies, not our enemy. So feminism is not just about getting power or becoming more powerful or stronger. It's about building each other up. So when we have men as our allies and working together, it makes the whole idea of gender equality and the whole goal of achieving that. So with making men and boys our ally, this is achieved. And the society becomes more just and very safe place to be in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, girls, for this lovely conversation. And thank you, viewers, for watching on Vosalewa Podcast. You are listening to Siteri, Betiva, Elena, and Crystal. Stay tuned for more.